What's the deal? It's your boy J Mike, Mr. Athletic over everything for no hobbies, only obsessions. Today we have another crazy mail day. We're winding out the end of the year. I'm kind of figuring out where my direction will be with trading cards going forward, and at some point I'm gonna stop purchasing and more or less trading and getting into or consolidating my collection. But until then, this is kind of where I'm going with it. I'm gonna show you guys what I got and kind of why I got what I got. You know what I'm saying? But got a bunch of stuff in today, so we'll go ahead and show you guys what we got. Let's switch off to the camera. All right. So we'll start off like this. First off, we have a couple of Colin Sexton Monopoly, Prism Monopolies. I actually have to do a better job at this now because I've been getting a bunch of these and I have a bunch of doubles. But the plan long term with this is it's a set to 500. It's gold. I do think it'll have long term value going forward. So I'm buying all of them, trying to complete the set. I'm missing like 20 cards. Just trying to get those last couple cards at my price. But we got two of them. 337 and 49, but we have these two. Next up, we have a couple of league leader cards. Now, if you follow along, I've already stated that I'm going after player runs of OJ Simpson as well as Gale Sayers. And OJ, people forget how good of a ball player OJ was. He has a bunch of league leader cards and stuff like that. So, these cards are kind of expensive in a sense, $20 for, SGC 7s and PSA 8s and stuff like that. So, right here we have the 1972 Russian leaders in an SGC 7. It's pretty nice. And then we have the scoring leaders from 1975. O.J. Simpson and Chuck Foreman of the Vikings. They split this. This is a BVG 8. Everything with the cards is pretty nice. I got like a nice little scuff going across that case though. And we could probably set up the lights a little bit different as well. Now, in terms of these Russian cards, this is the one that's like the most expensive. It's the Walter Payton, O.J. Simpson, Russian leader card. These in a 7 or 8 are upwards of anywhere 50. Excuse me, anywhere from $50 to $80. Past a 5. I just went and grabbed a 5. I think I got it for about $25. So glad to have this in my collection. And this is a sweet little card. All right, next up, we got a legend in the house. Now, I've owned this card before in a better grade. I had it in a PSA 5, but during the boom, I think I sold it for like $300. Was able to get this for like $20. So good to have this back into the collection. Just not as nice of a copy. Deacon Jones. So we got boom, boom. So we'll get into the. So I'll show you some of the lesser cards that were picked up. And we got more Prism Monopoly. We have a Laurie Mercading. I believe this is to 100. Yes, out of 100. This market is picking up a little bit. But like if I can get any of these Prism Monopoly cards for under $3-4, I pick them up. Now also, they had some draft pick autographs that were going pretty cheap. Kevon Looney. I think I paid $2 for his auto. Can't go wrong with that. As well as I got the Mobamba. It was like $2-3. And when you think about it, if I would have got one card, the shipping was $5. So I just went ahead and just try to come up with enough to justify paying the $5 for the shipping. Also got a Fat Lever. This guy's a pretty good player from my youth in the 80s and early 90s. Fat lever. I think I paid $1 for it. Can't go wrong with that. Oh shit. Here's my rookie card. 2021 strongest ever. I'm the only rookie card labeled card in the set, maybe of all time. This is like one of the first ever sets put together for powerlifters. If you guys are interested in purchasing my card, you can get it from athleticicovereverything.com. I have them available in autographed copies as well as the plain version. Now, this card in particular, I purchased probably 3,000 packs of Donruss flood packs. So I have like 10 or 12 of these cards already, but I didn't want to grade them yet. I wanted to see an example of what a 10 looked like before I actually sent mine in. So I wanted to get the card, and I was able to get this card for like $10. Excuse me. So whatever, it's best to get a good card that represent what the standard is, and hopefully, I have some that meet up to this card. Now, the next thing was a surprise of all surprises. So let me put this up before I show you guys what it is. But this particular card is a Tops Now card. When CJ Stroud was balling out one game, they put out the 470-yard card, instant card, right? Has like a cartoonish type artwork type feel to it. I went ahead and got five of them. I believe five was $70 or something like that. And when they came in the mail, I've been used to getting these in singles. They come in, like a little card case with five cards in them. I didn't know that these were going to be enclosed. I mean, enclosed already. So when it came, the box was super heavy, and I was like, "Oh shit!" They may have made a mistake and sent me, 20. While opening it up and find out that they didn't. They just sent. They were encased already. So as I'm going through it, I was like, "Wait a minute! I got six cards in my box." So I'm thinking, okay, they made a mistake. So I got one. We got two. We got three. We have four. And we have five. But there was another card in the box. I was fortunate enough to get one of the numbered cards. So these cards are going for anywhere from $150 to $200 right now. I'm gonna put it up for sale tomorrow. Hopefully he has a good game tomorrow, and maybe I'm able to get $200 for it. But yeah, got lucky, and was able to get one of the numbered cards. Wish it was a 25, but this would do. So that wound up being okay. So I probably got my money back on that particular card. Now the other thing I learned with the Tops Now cards, if you're buying them, you're best to buy them by 20 of them or whatever the number is, where it's like you get a bunch of them, because the resale on them, the only way you're gonna really make money on them is if uh, you get them for $10 or $5 and you can sell them for 20. But if you're paying 15 for them, you're not gonna make any money. You're gonna lose money on them. All right, so the next four examples are pretty cool. Now, first off, I'm going heavy on Monty Irvin. Uh, he was a mentor to a young Jackie Robinson. He was possibly should have been the first Negro League player in MLB. Uh, but the owner of his Negro League team wasn't going to let him just sneak through the cracks like Branch Rickey wanted, and wasn't going to be able to work out a deal with the Brooklyn Dodgers. So basically, that's how Jackie Robinson wound up going, because they were able to do a deal where he was basically smuggled. Everything kind of went under wraps. You know what I'm saying? But he was college educated, a great player. Wound up playing only 8 or 9 years in the major leagues, but he put up numbers and stuff while he was there. Getting really into his story, really getting into his cards and things of that nature. So I'm just show you guys some of the stuff that I went and got recently. All right, so we have his Redman. I believe this is 1955 Redman card. and it's actually pretty good. The cut is a little weird on it. I was contemplating did I want to get it raw or just pay up for one that was graded, but this one came out pretty cool. I might go ahead and get it graded, or if I'm able to find one that's graded already. But this one's it's kind of clean, so can't complain. All right. So next up is exhibit card. So these cards, you don't know exactly, can't pinpoint exactly when these were taken, but these are anywhere from 1947 to 1966. This is a plain back card, and this thing is beautiful. Um, I saw the card and I was like, oh, I got to get one of these, and was able to get it for a really good price. Um, and the thing about this picture, if you're a baseball player, I was a college baseball player and everything. Hit a home run first college at bat as well. But his hands, look at the strength of his hands, man. You could just see that he has some really strong hands, man. So this is a pretty cool card. I'm glad to have it in my collection. All right, so next up we have the 1955 tops. Now this is a decent copy. It's pretty centered. They have white borders on it. It came out pretty good. I actually have a couple of these on the way though. I think I got three of these, and I also have the 1956 as well, with his second card, his Ballman 52. I just need the Ballman 51. The tops playing card one. There's a couple of cards I'm still yet to get, but I'm trying to get this entire player run, and really get into him as a ball player and as a person. But the funny thing about him is that what drew me to him originally is that it's kind of weird because guys a lot of times don't say good, other men are good looking, but I saw the 1952 tops and someone was saying he's just such a good looking guy, and when I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, I was like, yeah, he is a good looking guy, but to be smiling and happy during this time is pretty tough. Guys, getting heckled and death threats everywhere they go, and still show up with a smile on their face. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get into that one day too. That's a whole nother discussion. But I just love this card. I'm gonna probably try to get in a 7 or an 8. But 1955 Monty Irvin tops. Now, last but not least, probably the most favorite card I've ever seen from him. This is 1955 tops double header, uh, with Kimmler on the back, unperforated. I mean, this card is it's a pretty sweet card, and it's in a SGC 4. Now, looking at the card, I'm trying to figure out like how did it only get a 4, but after really examining it, I believe it has a small crease in the bottom portion of the card, and that's why it only got a 4. But this thing is stunning, and I'm glad to get this one. This was probably the second most expensive one I've had to buy, but this one is sweet. Like I said, I'm really just converting my whole collection over to vintage, and yeah, so we're converting the whole collection over to the vintage or just cards that I like. Like I said, I'm buying grails, and grails are cards that are iconic. You know what I'm saying? Like the cards behind me, the Jerry Rice rookie, the Montana, the Paul Warfield, the Paul Molitors. Like these are all grail cards, just varying on how they're graded, letting people, there's discussion talking about what's a grail, and I watched Cajun Cardboard. He's a phenomenal, he has a bunch of Jordan cards and big money stuff. And, he was talking about a grail has to be at least $25,000 or something like that. And it's like, that's not realistic for most men, you know what I'm saying, for most collectors. Just find things that you like. You can have multiple grails. Grail is very much like GOAT. Everybody's a GOAT now, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the way it's used. So for me, there are a bunch of cards that I want to go and get, and I go and get them. And when I get them, they're grail completions for me. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I picked up. I have a couple of more cards coming in. I'll be doing some videos on, but also be doing some shorts and stuff. I buy and get cards that I like, things that touch me. I've collected since 1980. I'm 46 years old. Uh, and so I'm big on the Jose Canseco, Bo Jacksons, and King Griffey's and stuff like that. But I'm really intrigued with these older cards. I'm going to try to consolidate a lot of the new cards that were purchased in the last 3 to 4 years and start trying to complete player runs as well as getting some older cards. Just cards that have more substance to them. Like when you see the card, you recognize the card and you want the card. So there are some more grails out there for me to get. But until next time, this was Mr. Athletic Over Everything for No Hobbies, Only Obsessions. And like I said, once again, you can go to my website, athleticovereverything.com. You can pick up my rookie card. You can scroll through my YouTube channel. You can see some of the stuff I do. I'm one of the greatest bench pressers of all time. Just so happen to collect basketball, football, and Pokemon cards as well. So until next time, later.